Welcome students to the final video lecture section on vermicompositing. So let's sum up all the sections that we have learned under the vermicompositing. So we have discussed the vermicompositing, about the Vermi Wash we have discussed a little bit, and about the Vermery. These three are interconnected and interdependent processes which when co-joined are referred to as the Vermi technology. And the vermicomposting is a technology of composting the various forms of biodegradable waste with the help of the earthworm. So that process is called as a vermicomposting. We are using the earthworms to degrade the biodegradable wastes, organic residues, and digest and secretes in the form of the pellets. And the earthworm excrete is called as a worm cast. So what is a worm cast? Those are the organic residues which is secreted as a pellet by the earthworm. Let's see a little bit more about the Vermi Wash. So this is a setup of a Vermi bin. The same setup can be used for the production of Vermi Wash. So as you all know that the worms in the natural habitat, the worms work soil on the burrows, and the bacteria inhabit and multiply in these burrows. And the water passing through these passages washes the nutrients from the burrows to the roots to be absorbed by the plants. And this principle is applied in the Vermi Wash. The Vermi Wash is a liquid collected and drained out to the hole after passing through the earthworm bed. This is the earthworm bed, and the water which is collected passed through this earthworm bin is collected in a container, and this water which is collected is called as a Vermi Wash. It is used as a foliar spray to increase the yield in the plants, and this water usually contains excretory products, secretions of earthworms along with the micronutrients from the soil organic molecules. The liquid collected will be clear, transparent, and a pale yellow colored fluid. The application of Vermi Wash in marine productivity is immense. It can act as a biocides, either single or mixed. The Vermi Wash complex were observed to be efficient in raising the nurseries, lawns, and the orchids. So various applications are there for this Vermi Wash. And it is having the same method as that of the Vermi compost bin. So Vermi units can be set up either in the barrels or the buckets like this, in the small earth, or you can use a small earthen pots. As an empty barrel with the one end it is opened, and you can make a hole at the bottom, and you can fix a tap, or you can fix a tap over it, and the entire setup is placed over a support or support of blocks. And in the bottom of the bin, coarse gravel is filled. As you can see here, the coarse gravel is filled at the bottom, and above that you can place a layer of guddy bag or something like that, and then you can place the Vermi bed, which comprises of the cattle dung and coir, etc., coconut husk, sawdust, etc., and you can introduce a worm over it, and then above that you can introduce the partially digested organic wastes, and small pieces of leaves and other organic wastes can also be added over it. And daily it has to be moistened. The setup has to be moistened, and epigenic varieties of earthworms can be introduced. The unit is moistened and by and the tap is kept over the 15 days. Then the water is added every day to moist the whole setup. And on the 16th day, the tap is closed and the 5 liters of water is allowed to sprinkle overnight through the top area. And this water percolates through the composite and the burrows of the earthworms and reaches the bottom layer. And the water is collected at the bottom, and this collected water is called as a Vermi Wash. This water is called as a Vermi Wash. Then after collecting uh, and again the tap is closed, and again the 5 liter is water is added and the added through the sprinkling system at the top. At the top, a sprinkling system is fixed and the water is sprinkled again. Then again we can collect the Vermi Wash after a few days. And the Vermi Wash is generally diluted with water about the 10%, and it can be mixed with the cow urine in the proportion of Vermi Wash is to cow urine into water in the ratio of 1:8. So one portion of cow urine, one portion of water, and one portion of Vermi Wash, one portion of cow's urine, and 8 portions of water. You can just use this Vermi Wash uh, for the plants in this ratio. And the Vermi Wash can be solarized, condensed, and stored. It can be condensed and it can be stored for a long time for use. So that's all about the Vermi Wash. It is a good foliar spray for the plants. So next we can discuss the role of earthworms in the waste management. And it is, as we all know, that the rapid urbanization and industrialization resulting in the generation of vast amount of waste, deposition of vast amount of waste. And if these wastes are not managed properly, it can lead to pollution of water, soil, and air. And most of the organic wastes are highly infectious, and they contain the pathogenic microorganism, and they dispose it into the environment before the prior disinfection causes a many health and environmental risk. The most importance of the management of organic waste is not only provides a clean and a risky environment, but also it enhances the primary productivity of the soil. So it's very essential that we have to convert this organic waste into any useful form. And for this, the earthworm is now considered as a good source for the waste management. The earthworm can break down a wide range of organic waste materials, resulting in the production of useful materials. So earthworms can act as bioreactors. The vermicomposting, it is a mesophilic process. It can be controlled at a medium level of temperature. Then bioactive substances present in the vermicompost can enhance the physiological metabolism, growth, yield, and seed germination. So these are the advantages of vermicomposting. They act as a they contain a lot of bioactive substances. Then increase anti-drought and the resistant potential of the crops and the resistant underground plant diseases. They also increase the anti-drought, and as anti-drought resistance for potential of crops and resist the underground plant diseases. The insect pest and the pathogenic bacteria. They are all controlled by this vermicomposting. And furthermore, uh, importance of earthworms and it plays a fundamental role in the waste management. So these are the various roles played by the earthworm in the waste management, and it is very much utilized uh, in the waste management process. So that's all about the role of earthworms in waste management. And before ending today's sections, I would like to discuss the questions that can ask under this section. So this itself is an important question. The role, what are the role played by the earthworm in the waste management is an important question. Then, what is Vermi Wash? What is Vermicompositing? And which are the two different methods of Vermicompositing? That is windrow method and pit method. You can just explain the process with the help of the diagram. Then benefits of using vermicompost over chemical fertilizers. That's again another importance, and you can just study for a whole essay which is explaining the complete process of vermicomposting. And one more question is that earthworm, different types of earthworm. So these are the different questions that can be asked. So once again, I am repeating the questions. The first question is, which are the different types of earthworm species used in vermiculture? The second question is, classification of earthworms. The third question, it is the complete, is an essay question. Explain the complete process of vermicomposting. Then the fourth one, the role of earthworms in waste management. Then which are the different types of vermicomposting method that include the pit method and windrow method. So these are the few important questions that can be asked from this question. So with that, we are just ending our vermicomposting lecture sections. From next class onwards, we will be discussing on the other part from your syllabus. Thank you.